Welcome, race fans. Today we're getting your unit race day ready for the 2026 popcorn sale. And James, I think we're launching off a poll to start out this year. So check the polls there. Your goal for this year. What is your unit's goal? Choose from there. Like if this is your first year, if you want to beat last year, fun specific adventures or record sales year.
And while you're answering this question, we have a little bit of background music for you.
Let's go.
Engines rumbling, green flag flying, scouts are ready, no denying. Door to door and storefront lights, building dreams one sale at a time. Every dollar fuels the ride, adventure waiting just outside. Camping trails and leadership, we're gearing up and shifting quick. Pit crew ready, team locked in, the race is on, let the journey begin. We're racing to victory lane, the popcorn dreams and hearts aflame. Every scout is taking the lead, fueling the program, growing what we need. Hands up high, hear the crowd proclaim, we're all in for the Longhorn name.
From the green flag start to the checkered fame,
We're racing to victory lane. Storefront Saturday, smiling faces, setting goals,
chasing places,
learning confidence along the way.
building tomorrow every day,
Families cheering, leaders strong,
working together all season long.
one more shift, one more sail.
Watch these scouts leave their trail.
Pole position, eyes ahead, keep the momentum full speed instead.
We're racing to victory lane
With popcorn dreams and hearts aflame.
Every scout is taking the lead,
Fueling the program, growing what we need.
hands up high, hear the crowd proclaim, we're all in for the Longhorn name. From the green flag start to the checkered fame,
We're racing to victory lane. Yeah, this isn't just about the sale.
it's every campfire, every trail,
Every lesson, every friend.
every event you're waiting round the bend.
The future's calling.
Hear it sing,
Look what teamwork and effort bring.
we're racing to victory lane.
Together we're driving this campaign.
2 million dreams across the line,
One scout at a time.
one sail at a time. Hands up high, hear the crowd proclaim, we're all in for the Longhorn name. From the green flag start to the checkered fame,
We're racing to victory lane.
checkered flag waving in the air.
Scouting spirit everywhere.
Victory lane, here we come.
Longhorn Council, we've just begun.
Nice, man. That's a lot of fun, dude. And it looks like the results here is beat last year. That's an excellent goal. And I love to say there's 25% of first year selling. Amazing, you guys. So happy to have you guys in there. Beating last year is definitely, I think, a really great goal. But also funding specific adventures. That was always my son's thing, was trying to fund something specific. So thanks for playing along with that. So now we got to talk about why we're racing.
Yeah, so it's not just a popcorn sale, right? You'll have to bring some excitement. At the end of the day, the popcorn sales purpose is really to fund adventures for scouting. So fund those scout camps, leadership opportunities, high adventure opportunities, whatever those activities may be. That is the sole purpose for the sale. So we've just dropped in the chat, what adventure will you be hoping to fund this year with your popcorn sale? And go ahead and throw those responses in there, and Joe's going to read a few off.
Yeah, it may be an individual thing or a unit thing, whatever it is. Drop it in the chat. Let us know. Sea base, a couple of those already. Love sea base. That was one of my most favorite adventures ever. If you get the chance to do it, do it. Summer camp, high adventure, more sea base. NASA Cub Scout overnight. That sounds like fun. I haven't heard about that one. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. LA canoe trip. More summer camp. Fall camping and summer camp. Summer camp. Summer camp. Summer camp. You know, my son, you know, he's 23 now, right? He got his Eagle years ago.
Yeah.
But he sold all the way from Tiger. And I never paid for summer camp or high adventure.
That is a true field opportunity.
I mean,
Popcorn sales.
he funded it 100% with his popcorn sales. Totally amazing, and I'm glad he did it because he might not have gotten to do it otherwise. High adventure prep, Lindsay. High adventure for my older scout, prep for a troop for my younger scout as a pack. I think just helping fund campouts and such. Yes, good. Packs. This is a great way to fund all of your PAX activities. Super cool. Philmont, nice. Let's see. Consider using for annual SpaceX tour. That, man, I love space. I'm in. Spring camp out, fall camp out. Let's go. World Scout Jamboree.
And what is this resource? Oh, World Scout Jamboree. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And the tool that we use that provides us this opportunity to sell is Trails End. So, and the reason why Trails End exists, Connor from Trails End, so our sales rep is on. If you have any questions, oh, and Megan too is helping out with Trails End this year as well. She's one of the top selling units, or from one of the top selling units in the council. So, those two, if you have any Trails End specific questions as we go through this, they'd be more than happy to pop in the chat and chime in and correct anything that Joe and I get wrong. So Trails End exists to make fundraising and scouting possible for every child. Their goal is to get every storefront hour or storefront booked that is capable of producing $300 or more per hour. They pay all the credit card fees, your scout rewards come from them, and you can manage the entire sale directly from your phone. This little device right here, gone are the days where you need a big computer to track all the sales with spreadsheets and all the things. Manage the entire sale from your phone.
It's like they made it easy.
Whoa, almost too easy.
Almost too easy.
Almost.
They just flipped on easy mode. It's like you're racing with the premium fuel.
Yes, we are racing with the premium fuel, and it helps scouts build confidence and level up their leadership skills. Just like Joe's son sold all the way through his scouting career. I sold all the way through my scouting career, and I would say that there were probably better sales people know how to converse, all because of selling popcorn.
Oh, you know, it really made a big difference in his life, James, because, you know, my son is autistic and it taught him so much, you know, learning how to speak to people, how to take a no, how to take a yes, how to answer questions, you know, very just like basic things that maybe you take for granted, but he learned how to be a salesman and talk to people through pop.
Yes. And this year, it has gotten in. Trails End system has gotten even better. If you haven't been aware yet, Trails End did revamp the leader portal simplified, easier to use, faster loading, and responsiveness is better. Storefront advancement, you name it, it's there. And the onboarding process has been improved. 11 simple steps that you run through when you're committing your unit, goal setting, coverage mapping, so you will get to choose where your storefronts are and how far you're willing to travel, which we'll touch on a little bit later. And the thing that everybody brings up every year, storefront claiming.
Yeah.
It is a lot simpler and easier this year, which we are excited to talk about.
I'm super excited about this because you can now run the sale from your phone. You don't have just that limitation where like, oh, I have to go back to my laptop or, my computer at home. I can do this as a leader right there from my phone. It's super awesome.
Yes. But what is the purpose of a tool if you don't have a goal to reach, right?
You don't start a race without a finish line.
No. Well, you could just keep riding or driving. Just
keep running.
Yeah. Just
okay.
Like Forrest Gump. Just keep running.
Just keep running. Okay.
Yeah. But obviously that's probably not the most fun thing to do. So always set your goals. This is all built within the side of the Trails End portal. Your unit's adventure plan. So what adventures, what World Scout Jamborees, what Cub Scout activities will you be doing this year, and how much will those cost? Share that unit calendar and the budget with your parents so they understand the importance of the popcorn sale, because like Joe said, he is a perfect example. He did not have to pay a single thing out of his pocket for all the activities that his son did throughout scouting. It was all covered by the popcorn sale. And scouts are able to download the app themselves and set their own goals so that they can personally reach those as well.
James, Becca Knight's got a question. Is there a separate app for leaders? And it looks like Megan just answered it. There's not, but the website is mobile friendly. And so you go there and you access it there. That makes it super easy because before it was like just not conducive to the mobile. So, and he's saying slides are difficult to see with the split view. So I'm saying, but how you want to change the view? Maybe put us in the corner.
That's better.
That might.
Well, we can't see you, Joe.
Oh no.
Wonder, can I make this small?
You could.
Make this bigger.
Here we go.
Here we go. Is that bigger, better?
You may have to apply it. Very
Yes,
good.
that's better.
Sweet. There we go. Awesome. And this all will be available on the council website?
It will be, yes. So this is, there we go. That's that's layout is better. Yes, we're good. Okay. I can adjust it again if we need to. All good.
Awesome.
Now we're gonna play a little game called Red Flag or Green Flag. Joe's gonna read off some statements, and what we want you to do in the chat is this a green flag, meaning this is something good to do, or a red flag, something that I should not do?
So number one is red flag, green flag. We wait until September to register scouts. Like get them signed up in the Trails End system, get them registered. Red flag, green flag. Red,
Right away.
Right away. Red. 100% red flag. If you wait that long, you are behind for sure. You need to get that get it started as soon as possible. As scout leaders, sometimes getting kids and parents to do something is sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's twisting arms. So definitely red flag. Okay, next, green flag or red flag, we complete onboarding before pickup day. So that's getting these people added or onboarded the day or or before you go and pick up popcorn. So we see green, 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 green. Definitely, guys. You get all of your onboarding and everything done before the pickup. That is one of the best ways to get started. 100%. Love that, Max. Love that green flag. Okay, next. We reserve storefronts we can't actually staff. Is this a green flag or a red flag? I mean, what if, like, there's a bunch of what ifs? What if?
You can't staff it, don't sign up for it.
Yes, red flag, guys. Red flag. You know, like if you do that, what you're doing is you are taking away from someone else. But President has a plan.
There is a plan for that.
There is a plan for that. We tell the system our true availability. Green flag or red flag? I think we got some smart people here in the chat.
They do seem like smart cookies. I want a cookie. The cookie sounds really good right now.
Cookie
Or a donut.
a donut. Hey,
Like to make some donuts.
you can make some donuts.
All right, cool. Thanks for playing and participating in that little game. Now we're going to move on to some storefront details. So you will be able to view the reserve storefronts tab inside the app to see all the available storefronts and your available hours. Ensure that all of your storefront hours are filled. If you do not fill any of them, oh man. Hey Joe.
Hey,
How's it going?
hey. Now you're on camera.
Was I not on camera?
Not completely.
No. Okay. I'm here now. Let's see. Yes. So the timing of this is changing. Last year, there was something new implemented by Trails End that if you didn't have any scouts booked for any hours on a specific storefront, that storefront would then be released. And that is happening again this year. So at the bare minimum, at least if you are going to work a storefront, have at least one scout signed up for one shift or 1 hour of that storefront, and it will not be released. Those storefronts that don't have anybody booked in them will be released is it Monday this year, Connor?
Tuesday at 7 Central.
Awesome. So Tuesday, they will be released for anybody and everybody to grab if they are available that weekend. Another thing, select one scout.
Hey, James, real quick, just for new folks, that's specifically for that. I know James hit on it, but just to be clear, that's for that specific weekend of hours. We're not going to take something that's happening in October and release that if it's not filled in September. So it's specifically just a weekly refresh.
Yes.
So weekly, you've got, you get time, you get people to sign up, but, if by then no one signed up, then, want that released to other units that maybe be looking for opportunities. And so that's a great hot tip for you guys is if you're looking for a spot, look probably right after the release and see, is there anything out there to grab and then get your kids signed up for it? So,
yes, I did. Last year, they were released on Friday or Thursday night, and I sent out an email every Friday to all the leaders, and I will do that again this year. So they will be released Tuesday evening. I'll send an email out Wednesday morning to all the leaders saying, hey, these are the storefronts that were released. If you are available and want to grab any one of these, do so. So there's a gentle reminder, and also post it in the Discord and on Facebook for everybody, so everybody's aware of what's been released. You do want to set one scout per shift split to achieve your goals faster. And then also new this year is there are pre-assigned hours. So any unit that sold 30,000 and above will receive 100% of their storefront hours. This is based on your goal. So you will receive 100% of your storefront hours booked for you or assigned for you. Anybody that sold 10,000 to 30,000 will receive half of those hours booked or assigned, and then new units can receive up to 25 hours as for pre-assigned hours. And this is why we'll touch on the onboarding process in a little bit, but this is why the onboarding process is so important, specifically this year in general, but so that you give yourself the best chance of having those pre-assigned hours, because there is a deadline for Trails End that you need to be in Trails End through those onboarding steps so that you can receive those hours.
So we have a question here. We have a fairly new pack. Is it preferred to spread the hours around to each member of the pack? Or if we have to cover down for each other and make do with what we got, is that still good to go? I mean, for me, it's kind of like, the scouts that want to seize the opportunities, right? The scouts and parents that want to get it. You kind of decide for yourselves like how you want to do it. I would encourage all of them to participate, especially like if the money is shared, like if it's funding all the adventures of the pack, I would really try to encourage all of them to put in at least one shift, some effort into this. But it's really kind of like a decision that you guys do. There is the Discord link, a couple of those in there. They both should work.
If that answers I believe that was Mike that answers your question. If that answers your question, feel free to shoot a follow-up one if you need a little bit more clarification. All right, so throughout the sale, scouts are selling popcorn, obviously. And those scouts, you want them to be using the Trails End app. And they can track and order inventory throughout the portal. And there's just a whole bunch of bands. It just keeps getting better at this point. And scouts earn rewards. There are council specific rewards. We will announce those soon. And Trails End also has rewards, which if you use or a scout makes a credit sale, it is 4 points per $1.
Wow.
Yes. And if you need the rewards flyer, you can download it using that QR code. It is also available on Trails End information. Yeah. Let's see. More in the Trails End app. You scouts are going to be signing up for storefronts and getting trained inside the app. So Trails End, it will be releasing training specifically for scouts, and there are trainings available specifically for leaders as well. They can personalize and share their online pages for online sales. So make sure your scouts are going in and updating a little sales pitch, maybe a picture, maybe a video, so that they can share that link out through Facebook, emails, or any digital channels. And they will need to claim their rewards through the Trails End app. Carrie has her hand raised. What you got, Carrie?
Yeah, just on that, convert any cash at the end of every shift. So last year, it kind of accumulated, like if you had a storefront, it accumulated from scout to scout, and you couldn't really tell. If the prior scout hadn't closed out immediately, it would group all of that cash. Is that going to be different this year? Is it going to be separated out, or is it going to be combined again like it was last year?
Gary, they're working they have worked to make that a little cleaner this year. So the answer is yes, should be more identifiable. And then the big part of that last year we saw was if a scout at the end of the day converted it all, it would go directly to them instead of based on the unit split method. So we've cleaned that up. We had a lot of requests last year to get that done. So that should be a good update as well. So it should be more clear and easier to manage.
Okay.
Boom. And Trails End is making a whole bunch of improvements. Look at that. Parents, inside the app, they can quickly convert any cash at the end of every shift. So what that means is, say you make a few sales in cash, the parent, have a credit card, you take that cash and charge your credit card for the sale, and then you take that cash and deposit it in your bank account to pay off that credit card bill. And that is the cash to credit. And rewards for cash to credit must be applied or will be applied to shift cash sales according to the unit split method.
Nick,
Go cashless. I would really encourage you and parents not to use any cash because I don't want to be walking around with thousands of dollars in my pocket or purse or car or wallet. And the only way to do that is to go cashless. And you also, for scouts, get more points for going cashless as well. So it is faster, it is easier, it is safer for everybody, and they earn more rewards or more points with 4 times more rewards.
and the other thing about that is that customers tend to be willing to spend more whenever it's on the card versus cash.
That is true.
So it really is the way to go. I mean, I don't carry cash anymore. So yeah, Connor's 90% of Longhorn's sale last year was credit. So they got a goal of 95%. Let's see if we can do it, guys. Okay. What's next?
You want to go through a little guess the storefront sales champion?
Guess the storefront sales champion. Okay. Let's go. Bubbles. Nice. Okay. So 3 fictional units here. Unit A has 6 scouts, and 1 works a busy location every weekend. Okay. Unit B has 20 scouts, and they work randomly. Unit C has 12 scouts and fully staffs assigned shifts. So here's the question. Who sells the most? Put your answer in the chat right there, A, B, or C. And I'll read them again. Who's selling the most? Unit A with 6 scouts works 1 busy location every weekend. Unit B, 20 scouts. They work randomly. And Unit C, 12 scouts, fully staffs, assigned shifts. C. The answer, Max, nice. The answer is whichever unit is Frontier Trails District. Nice. C. D, the scout that talks to every person. Okay. Natasha says Unit A.
So what's the right answer and why is it the right answer?
What is the right answer and why? Gosh, I'm actually kind of leaning towards 2 on this. But I kind of like A.
Why is A the best answer?
Well, one reason why I like that is every weekend they're working a busy location. They're like maximizing their opportunity there. I think that's a really good one. Unit C, they have 12 scouts and they're fully staffing assigned shifts. Okay, does that mean that like all the shifts is being used? Like there's a scout at every single shift?
I think so.
Okay, well, that's definitely taking on a lot of opportunity here. So I think you could probably go with, what do you think? Which one is selling the most, James?
Having a busy location helps a lot, but I think that Unit C is going to sell more because they have more consistency and they have the coverage.
Yep.
And I think coverage beats size.
I think that's definitely true. And I would say because I've seen a lot of units that sell like tens of thousands of dollars. And what they're doing really is they're not just working one place in a weekend. They're working multiple locations all at the same time. Like, Mr. James, you and your son go work over here at the Walmart from this time to this time. And Susie, you're going to take, Johnny and go work over here. And, you spread that out and you get that quantity, those multiple locations, multiple opportunities. And the great thing that you can also do with that is find out, you went to this location and it turned out it was a bust. And so now you know, right? And sometimes you find out, oh, this Lowe's is extremely profitable place to put it. So I agree. I think C might be the best answer. But A has its merit.
A does have its merit because volume can always.
No one answered B, and that's definitely right.
Yes, you do
B
not
is
want to.
not-
You do not want to work randomly for sure. All right, moving on. Finishing strong. So when the sale ends, make sure that you are submitting your scout rewards. It does expire, and you have to claim them by a certain date. And I believe it is. Connor, what's the date that they need to claim them?
It should be June of 2027. And depending on the gift card manufacturer, like MasterCard has a 6-month usable date they have. I'll put a link in the chat for it.
Thanks, Connor. You also, you just did all this work and you want to make sure that your units get paid, right? Request your unit payout. That won't happen until the sale is over. And I know some units will finish earlier than others. They do a quick sprint to do sell for a month and a half or so. Kathy, which I believe is on, she handles all those, and your unit request payout is all good to go and you're done selling. Just let us know and we can process them as needed. Celebrate and enjoy your scouting year. Use all those funds that you just earned, that you worked so hard to raise, and go enjoy the World Scout Jamboree. Go enjoy that NASA Cub Camp.
Yeah.
Go enjoy all those summer camps. Go enjoy all the activities, because that is what scouting is about. And
That's the point.
That's the point of all this. Yes. And if you need help, support and FAQs for Trails End is always support at trails-end.com. Finn is the new Trails End chatbot, so you can chat with Finn. That reminds me of it's not part of the theme, but Finding Nemo.
Oh, yeah.
More small Finn. Get live answers inside the portal. And if you aren't on the Facebook group for Trails End yet, I would highly encourage you to join, because there are units from all over the country submitting feedback, questions, and if you have a question, it may already be answered inside of the Trails End leader community.
And if your question is council specific, that's not really the place. But if you have a general question, with the app, or just sales tips or anything in general, go there. The community, there's all kinds of really helpful people that will help you out. I'm really excited about the new chat bot.
Yes.
I think that's cool because you get fast answers that way.
So in summary, Trails End stuff, you want to sign in, hit your goal, and then get home and scout. And that QR code, if you're on a computer, you can scan it with your phone. And I'm sure we can drop a link or something to get you logged in the chat. But you want to get logged in. And when you sign in, the first step is going through this onboarding process. So what the heck, James and Joe, you've been talking about this onboarding process all morning. What exactly is it? What does it entail? Why is it so important? And what's next? Well, it's a new and improved thing from Trails End. So the biggest complaints that we received or Trails End received was you can't work that storefront that day that you just assigned me. Stores are too far away. I only want to drive 10 miles and we can only manage 1 or 2 storefronts in a day. So they have taken all that feedback and implemented this new system, this onboarding system, and you can enter blackout dates that you cannot sell. There is a map based center point and driving radius. So you choose how far you want to drive and where your center point is, and how many storefronts you are able or want to work at one time during one day. So that would look like a Walmart on a Saturday and then also a Kroger on a Saturday. If you can manage those, awesome. If you can't, only select one storefront. But storefronts, council specific claiming. So I mentioned earlier that the storefront claiming process was changing, and it is. It is not going live to everybody all at once this year. It is specifically tied to when our sale starts. So all critical dates are entered or anchored to our initial order close date, which is August 16th. August 16th is when your first order or your initial order is due. So everything is backdated from there. August 28th or August 5th. Sorry, I'll start at the beginning. Unit onboarding deadline. So this is specifically for Trails End and these auto hour assignments. You need to be in the Trails End system and completely onboarded by the end of July 30th at 7 p.m. This ensures that you get those auto hours assigned to your unit depending on how much you sold last year. August 3rd at 7 p.m., those auto hours that you have been assigned will be released to your unit. August 5th will be the manual picking date when everything opens for units if you want to claim more storefronts at 7 p.m. Storefronts for us, and this is a change that we did this year. We shifted the sale back a week, so we're starting a week later. August 28th is a Friday, and that is our first weekend of sales. And we will sell all the way through October 31st, November 1st, which I believe is a Saturday and Sunday. So November 1st will be the last day for storefront sales. All right. Another big update, unit coverage mapping.
So excited about this.
This has been, I feel like, a long time coming because I feel like it's something that everybody has always asked and talked about, requested. So Trails End is making sure that we have storefront hours for all units, identifying where potential stores to call and where coverage is not met. 2.5 more hours are available per unit within 10-mile radius.
Slide, maybe take us off camera. Just go slide.
Yeah, so I'm gonna adjust this sharing screen, but layout, you won't be able to see our beautiful
Content on. Yeah, we'll do that for a minute.
Just share the content right now.
Okay.
Yes. So more hours are available within a 10-mile radius versus prior year retail sales.
So basically, guys, like one of the complaints that I would hear, especially maybe from some of the southern units or others, is that, well, there's no storefronts available for us. There's nothing nearby us. So what Trails End is doing to solve this is they're looking at like the units, these dots on the map, and saying, do we have storefronts within a 10-mile radius here of good places to sell? And if there's not, they go and spend the time and focus and get those. Okay, so that helps solve that problem, making sure that there are storefronts available to you near you, and so that you're not having to drive 100 miles to find a place to sell.
Yes. And we talked about briefly at the beginning of the show.
It's a show.
It is a show.
It is a show.
It is a show. There's action. There is a dirt bike race today that I was thinking about like streaming while we were doing this. It's like during break points, but I digress. So 2026 storefront program. So VIP program for this year. If you sold $60,000 or more in sales, you are a VIP gold unit. Well, what the heck does that mean? That means all of your hours throughout the whole entire sale are assigned, and you have a one-on-one meeting with the Trails End storefront team. Is that you, Megan? Is that a one-on-one meeting with you or somebody else?
Wow.
Well, yes and no. They get me, but they also get Miss Becky Alt, who is phenomenal.
Awesome. Awesome. VIP silver level. So if you sold 30,000 to 60,000, you are a silver unit. That means you get 100% of your hours assigned, which is 100 equates to 103, which is 103,000 hours across the nation. Bronze units. So that's your $10,000 unit to $30,000. That is, you get 50% of your hours booked. All remaining units can receive up to 25 hours pre-assigned by completing the unit onboarding before pickup day.
So important to complete that onboarding.
Yes.
Put you ahead.
It really sets you up for pole position.
It does.
Huh. Pole position.
Pole position. The best starting point
Interesting.
for the race.
I wonder if we have something for those pole positions.
That is a good question. Do we have something?
We might. All right, this onboarding process. So the first thing it will take you is the unit commitment, which is this top one right here, which I wonder, this commitment. So when you go in and sign into the Trails End system and click onboarding, it'll ask you to commit your unit, which obviously if you're selling, we want you to commit. And there is no, if you commit to the sale and you don't order any product and you decide that you don't want to sell, there's no penalty. That's fine. We understand that each unit's different. We would encourage you to sell because of how easy and profitable it is for units. But obviously, if you commit and you end up not wanting to sell or plans change, you don't have to.
I'm saying that the slide is zoomed in. I don't think it is. You go to 100%. Is it set to 100%? It looks normal to me.
All right. The next step that it'll take you through is to set your unit goal, which is this part.
They're saying it's moving around as your mouse moves. I don't know. I'm not seeing that on my side. I think, Clayton, that may be an issue with yours because it looks normal to me.
I won't move my mouse over it. We love technical difficulties.
All right. Yeah. No, I think Connor was talking to them. I don't think you need to do that, James.
Yeah, sorry, James. I'm giving Clayton some help.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, that was
There you
cool. I've never done that before. Thanks, Connor. That was
Yeah.
a little trick. Thanks. Hey, you learn something new every day, whether it's intentional or not intentional.
Right?
Okay. Pack unit goals. There is a recommended goal option in there, which obviously feel free to use, or you can custom set your sales goal depending on what activities you are doing. The next step that it will take you to is the central locator. Well, it'll ask you for program opt-in, scouts per shift. So how many scouts are going to work per shift, and then central address locator. So this is the new and improved thing. You will set your center point and then set how big you want your radius, and that will be where your storefronts are located. You will also be able to set blackout dates. So what dates is your unit going camping or doing an activity that you do not want hours assigned on? So set those blackout dates, or if it's during the week, hey, my scouts are all busy doing football, band, soccer, whatever it is. We can't sell during the week or this specific weekend. Black out those dates so Trails End doesn't go in and book storefronts on that specific date. Unit leader admin, complete redesign of storefront reservation screen, better filtering and searching. You can do map-based browsing and predicted performance indicators used to rank reservations on a unit level. So obviously, we all know that some storefronts perform better than others. You will now automatically see that. You won't have to. It's not secret knowledge.
I'm super excited about this because Trails End's taking the tech to the new level. And it gives you a better visual, like see on the map. And it was like, yep, okay, that's where the store is. And, this should be a better performing location than there. I think it helps people plan out like where to sell a whole lot better.
Yes. Now there is a problem. Units occasionally claim excessive hours and hours that they don't need. So some key concepts in development is to limit unnecessary hoarding. So maybe you don't need 20,000 hours throughout the sale. Maybe you only need 10 hours to reach your goal, or 10 hours that you can actually manage. There is concepts in development to help fix that, and incentives for releasing hours that cannot be used, and allowance expands as unit sells and sale progresses.
Hey, two quick notes on that. One of the major elements of feedback, especially if you've been in the popcorn game, you know what I'm talking about. James would claim a day's worth of lows, right? And James gets Joe and Connor and Megan to come to shifts in the morning, but for some reason can't get the afternoon. James last year would have to email support and ask for the support team to split the hours in half so that those didn't get wasted and other units could take advantage of those. It was a long process and it was difficult for our team because it's not a primary function in the system that worked well. All that to say, this year you'll be able to essentially drop the bookend sides of the shift. So if James gets Joe, Connor, Megan to show up from 8 to noon, and you've got, James has, noon to 6 that's not been filled. Now James can go in and simply click a button and essentially split that in half and drop the other half back to other units to utilize, which I think will help a lot. So keep an eye out for that. And then kind of the concept of these hours, James is right. It's really a supply and demand. Right? Think of storefront almost like inventory, right? There are only so many, and we want them to go around in the right way. So we've got 2,000 more hours as of right now that we've booked versus last year, which I'm excited about. But certainly really resonate with what James and Joe are talking about, which is absolutely as much as you can, use the ones that you have. Let's be good stewards of those. And if there's something that you can't use, put it back in the pool, because I'm sure there's somebody else that would be willing to show up. So appreciate all the efforts of everyone, and it's certainly a group effort here.
Yes, thank you, Connor, and thank you to the entire Trails End team. The improvements this year I'm really excited for it. I'm sure that there are other people very excited for it as well. All right, let's talk specifically to those new units, or units that did not sell last year. So let's drop a yes or something in the chat if this is your first time selling or returning that did not sell last year.
First time. Nice.
Awesome. So we got several of you on. Great to hear it. So those units were people that responded to this question. You qualify for this free unit good incentive. So units that did not sell any popcorn last year in 2025 will qualify for this. That could be a new unit that just formed, or somebody that maybe took a year break from the sale. You get 100% commission on one case of white cheddar and one case of the new product, sea salt, which is $540 in retail.
Wow.
Yes.
It's like free money.
It is. Well, it is free money. It is 100% free money. There is no strings attached to it other than you have to work a minimum of 1 2-hour storefront shift, 4 hours total. And the two cases must be sold by the end of October, which is when our sale ends anyway. And record all those sales inside of the Trails End app. And this, you will not get the credit for those products if you're a new unit or a returning unit that did not sell last year. Those will be issued after the sale, no later than the 13th of November.
So this is cool, and we're going to talk commissions here in a while, but basically you're getting 2 cases of popcorn that, you know, it's worth $540. You sell all of it. That's $540 for your unit. That's it. You know, council takes nothing. Trails End takes nothing. You just have to work at least, you know, these shifts, and you got to sell it by Halloween. And you have to record the sales in the app so that they're able to track and show and all of that. So it really is, and to be honest with you, you're going to sell 2 cases of popcorn like stupid fast.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to evaporate so quickly. So this is easy money.
Easy money. And you know what makes it even easier is having the right product to sell. So this year's race lineup, we got the new product, sea salt, coming in at a whopping easy money, $20. And then we have the 4 traditional products staying with us this year in the race lineup. You got salted caramel corn at $25.
Good. Keep going.
Oh. Salted caramel at $25. Sweet and salty kettle at $20. White cheddar at $25. And microwave butter at $25 as well.
I was trying to fix that. Just back on the screen.
No, we can do it.
Yeah, that works. Here we go.
You can see our faces now again, right? Yeah. Jonathan, go ahead.
Hey, James. Just let me know if I should save my question for if there's a Q&A session at the end. But regarding storefronts, I was wondering if you guys could speak to anything about Tom Thumb. I think I emailed you about this. You know, word on the street is that Tom Thumb's out of the running this year as far as a storefront sale. And for us, historically, Tom Thumb, Bridlewood near Flower Mound, Texas, has been our go-to storefront. We only sell there for like 4 weeks, and then we get out. If it's no longer available to us, it just changes our entire sales strategy. And I just wanted to know if there are some stores that are just not available this year, or some, yeah.
Connor, can you speak to that for just a minute? I know we touched base on it briefly.
Yeah. Tom Thumb is owned by Albertsons. As much as we'd love to say they're coming back, Albertsons at a national level has said no solicitation from any organization. That's Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, suicide prevention, foster care. All the organizations are unfortunately just not able to sell there anymore. So yeah, certainly something that's unfortunate, and I wish we had them for the year. But we've got substitutions in their place to make sure that the hours are available for units. And that does, just to acknowledge that certainly means some strategy change and looking at other locations in the area to make sure that you're prepared for success. So correct, not available this year. That's a corporate decision that unfortunately, you know, I would say we're still absolutely advocating and working to find a way through that, but it becomes challenging when there's some precedents and they've, you know, already said no to the Girl Scouts. So we'll let you know if anything changes.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. James, I'm super excited about this race lineup here. And like one of the things, because this is the same product line for show and sell, storefronts, take order. There's no other product that, you have to, oh, well, you can only get this through that. There's no confusing. It's 5 products.
Yes, 5 products. Pricing is $3 or 3 products at $25, 2 products at $20, which makes it very easy to sort on a table. The most common bill that people carry in their wallet or have available is a $20 bill. So I think it is a very simplified pricing structure. It is the same pricing structure as last year, just with the new addition of the sea salt in there. There is a small asterisk in there, is that if you sell online product, these products are available with addition to a few other Trails End products as well. But those products are specifically online and not available for storefront sales. The ones you see on the screen right now are the only products available that you can sell in front of a store or door to door or anything like that.
It makes it very simple for the scouts to tell people what we got. We got these 2, we got these, these 3. It's very easy.
And have your scouts try them.
Yeah. So Drew, is asking, is pricing for these products identical online? That's inconsistent. So here's the thing. Each council sets their price for the products. What goes on Trails End is a national price. So what we are selling microwave popcorn for, maybe it's a different price in Houston or Oklahoma or whatever. That can vary because that's like at the council level. So that's why you may see that inconsistency between online and the local. It's always been that way.
Yes. I will just quick reminder, this is being recorded, and a transcript. We'll generate a FAQs from all the questions and post that all on the website for you to view at your pleasure. Share it with other folks at the end. All right. Well, we know what the race lineup is, but how do we? You know what? Let's play a little game.
Okay.
Challenge.
All right.
Called the Product Pitch Challenge. So here's the challenge for you participants out there if you're paying attention. I want you to type in the chat a quick 15-word sales pitch. Example: help send scouts to camp while enjoying America's favorite popcorn.
It's very simple, guys. What's the sales pitch?
And Joe is going to pick his favorite, and the winner will get a surprise.
A surprise. So type it up right now, right there in the chat. Let us know, what is your sales pitch? A lot of folks or a couple folks are already getting that in there. Simple.
Maybe try to tie it into the theme. Racing. Help me race the summer camp by buying a bag of popcorn. Help me win our units race by supporting my scouting journey.
Get to victory lane.
Help me get to victory lane by purchasing a bag of popcorn.
Bill, he's been doing this a long time. We're going to camp. Would you like to support us? Well, that's short to the point. Would you like to support me in scouting? Again, short and straight to the point. Kelly's getting a little creative here. Have the ultimate guilt-free snack, popcorn, to help send scouts to camp. Bill remembers my son's old pitch here. I love this. It's just like, would you like to buy some delicious popcorn? Help send me to camp. He did that. Let's see. With your donation of $20, you get a free bag of popcorn will help send me to summer camp. Okay, so going with the donation pitch there. Hi, my name is Drew, and I'm a Cub Scout. We're going to NASA in the spring. Can you help me attend the event? Okay, a lot of words, but it it tells the guys like this is what we're doing. Help me get there. I like it. Support me in scouting adventures. Uh, I bet you can't hit me with a quarter. Okay, I don't know that was the right one, but
Well, that was actually, I saw that one, and it brings up an interesting point that you unit leaders can use to your advantage this year if you so choose to incentivize scouts this way. But pie in the face is back, and it is now allowed in the Guide to Safe Scouting. So if you want to encourage your scouts to sell more popcorn, maybe try offering a pie in the face to one of the unit leaders, depending on how much they sell. So if a scout sells $500, you get to pie the Cub Master or the Scoutmaster in the face. But it is allowed. Specific regulations tied to that are in the Guide to Safe Scouting. I haven't looked exactly what the rules are, but it is back, so you could use that. But Joe, what's been your favorite pitch so far?
Well, let's see here. There's been a few. Let me go through some of this. Can I support our Cub Scouts? Buy delicious popcorn today to fund our fun adventures and campouts. Jesse, I kind of like that one, but let me read the rest here. See, we're raising funds, selling popcorn, different flavors to choose from. Which is your favorite? Interesting. Support my adventures. Every purchase helps me race my way to camp. All right, get the feeling. Help me fuel my scouting adventure. I like that. Grab some popcorn, help me race towards sea base. Okay. All right. Show me the money. That's hilarious. My mom won't let me go home until I sell $500 worth of popcorn. That's hilarious. Okay. I actually do like that one. Help support local projects in our community, then tell about Eagle Project. That might get a little long-winded, but especially if you had my son telling that. Right. So my mom won't let me go home until I sell 500 is absolutely hilarious.
Jen, you have one
That's unhinged. I love it.
bragging rights. So feel free to brag as much as you want to all the units in your district, in your unit, everything. You have one popcorn sales pitch bragging rights for this year. All right. So now we've talked about the product, we've talked about sales pitch, but how do you get the product so you can sell it and use those sales pitches? Well, we have weekly product access across the entire council to help fuel your sales. So you have weekly access to replenished product, eliminating the need to have $15,000, $20,000 of product on hand at a given time. You will need to submit your product order for the following week by Sunday night at 11:50, so 5:00 p.m. Central Standard in the Trails End system. Pickups, so this is something we're changing this year, are on Thursdays. Instead of Fridays this year, pickups will be on Thursdays. The goal or purpose behind that decision was Fridays, you're selling on Friday, getting it back home and then distributed out to the scouts would seem or maybe a little bit more stressful. So hopefully having the pickups on Thursday allow you and the leaders and the families to organize the popcorn, get it distributed to the scouts so that you can be more successful during the weekend sales. Warehousing, weekly product access. So same as last year, northern units will be at Driveline, retail, and merchandising in Cabell. That is not a change from last year. Everything is the same as far as pickups, and initial orders will be The only order that will be Thursday and Friday is the initial order. All remaining in replenishment orders will be on Thursday. And same as last year, it will be broken down by district, what district, or depending on your district, you will pick up on Thursday or Friday. And if you need to switch or you're not available the day that you have been or your district has been assigned, we're more than happy to accommodate. Just let us know when that schedule is released. Southern units, you will be able to have product available at the Waco Service Center, Central Transportation. And what I did not put on here is the animal hospital in, I think it's Temple. Devin, correct me if I'm wrong. The animal center down south.
It's Temple. Sorry, I had to run up here and unmute it.
Yes, Animal Center in Temple, which we did that. It was new for last year. It is coming back this year to make that hopefully a little bit easier for you Southern folks. All right. Key dates and, well, hold on. Before we move on to dates, raise your hand if you carried or had too much popcorn last year. Or type a note in the chat. Too much. Yes. Or no. No's are fine too. We love no's.
Too much popcorn. Scouts sold it all, underplayed on purpose. Some people kept buying. Jacob, nice. 1910, of course, 1910 kills it. They absolutely kill it. I've seen this before. I remember in the years of people coming and picking up, they bring a U-Haul and pick up popcorn, and then they would, back then we did returns, and they would return with a U-Haul full of popcorn. Like, why'd you rent the U-Haul?
Sweet. All right. Moving on to timeline. Mission timeline this year, popcorn calendar. So today, thank you for being with us. We got the virtual kickoff. The unit onboarding deadline for those auto assigned hours is July 30th. Storefront auto hours scheduling will happen August 3rd, August 5th. Scheduling opens for everybody August 14th. Pole position bonus deadline. Wait, pole position. We mentioned that earlier. I wonder what this pole position unit thing is all about.
What is the pole position?
Initial orders will be due August 16th by 11:50 p.m. Initial orders will go out August 27th and 28th. And every Sunday thereafter will be your replenishment orders are due. And then Thursdays, every Thursday thereafter will be the replenishment pickups. Final orders will be October 25th. Final order pickup would be that Thursday, and which is October 29th. And popcorn payments money is due on November 16th. So that is available on the website and all the things. We will move on to the things that you're probably wondering about. The unit commission structure for this year. So note, only storefront and take order sales count towards your unit sales. All online sales are a strict 30% commission. That is for everybody. And commission percentages will not be adjusted until final invoices are paid. So if you are a unit that only sells a month and you pay your final invoice, you're done selling, we can then adjust your unit commission. For those that sell the entire sale, it won't be until your final invoices are paid so that we can adjust those for you. Because there are some people that continue to order product where things keep changing, and we just want to make sure that number is accurate at the end.
Yeah, so here it's Drew, it's if you sell 10K online and 10K on storefronts and 20K online, your unit gets credit for 10K in sales. So let's just to clarify what he's talking about here. all of your online sales, it's a 30% commission period. Okay. No matter how much you sell, it's 30%. If now for your storefronts, take order, like whichever way you're doing those, your base commission is 30% or 35%. No matter how much you sold, it's 30%. 30 now if you sell at least 15,000 and under 20, like 24.99, all of those sales will be 37%. Those online sales will still remain at that 30. And if you sell 25,000 and above, you get 40%. So it's really just kind of like separating online from the rest. Online is 30% cap no matter what. And the rest you can earn higher depending on how much you sell.
Drew, it's gross sales. So traditional sales, if you sell $10,000 of traditional product at a storefront or door to door, you would get 35% commission on those sales. If you sold $20,000 online, you would get 30% commission on those sales. So in total, your unit would have sold $30,000, but 10,000 of it would have only been 35% commission, and then the other 20% would be the 30% commission for online sales.
Yeah, hopefully that cleared it up. Right. So
that is correct.
Whatever you sold with online is not counting towards getting your to the next tier on the take order at storefronts.
Correct. Yeah, that example, Drew, that you said in the chat, that's exactly right. And so we've been talking about this pole position unit. Set yourself ahead of everybody else. Being in the pole position,
the best place to start.
80%. If you have 80% of your June month end membership registered in the app by August 14th, you will get a 0.5% of bonus commission. If you complete all the whole Trails End 11-step onboarding process by August 14th, you will then get another 0.5%, which equals a whopping 1% of bonus commission for your sales. So that 35%, if you complete the pole position, that 35 turns into 36%. If you sell 15,000, that turns into 38%. And if you sell 25,000, that commission turns into 41%. So those two steps, while simple they may seem, can significantly help your unit raise more money to fund your adventures.
I mean, really, it's two simple things that you could do and get it in there, and you're earning extra money right off the bat, no matter how much you sell. Easy.
Now, race field rewards. Last year, we implemented some scout-specific incentives for the council. So this is outside of the Trails End system. This year, they are returning. And there is more to come. But right now, if you sell $1,000, you get a theme patch. If you sell $100, did I say $1,000? If you sell $100, you get a themed patch. If you sell $1,000, or if a scout sells $1,000, you will get a ghosted theme patch that may or may not have some wording on it saying 1,000 Sellers Club or something similar. When those drafts are ready, I will share them in the Discord and on Facebook. And we will be announcing more incentives throughout the sale. I am trying to work on some big things that are taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. So they will tie into the sale theme as far as racing goes, and hopefully it is exciting for everybody because it's something that excites me. Jonathan, yes, sir.
Hey, James, I think I asked this question, but I'm going to try to see if I can phrase it. So, the timing of popcorn sales, kind of when I overlay it with our pack calendar, I think we're like slightly off. So we really try to align with the school here, and our first pack meeting is August 18th. Just knowing our pack, if I send them any emails right now, it's just gonna go straight to the spam folder or not get responded to, just because everyone is conditioned to sort of go on like hibernate mode during summer, and then we start back up in along with the school year. So our first pack meeting is August 18th. We obviously have this deadline to get everybody registered in there. So clearly for me, I think trying to get that 1% incentive is out the door. But any suggestions that you may have that others may have about like trying to get people started before then? Because we usually use that first pack meeting for me to drum up, excitement and stuff with that and awareness about it.
I mean, so Mike, he put out said column. I mean, and you're talking about losing out actually on a 0.5%. But because there's two pieces of that pole position, each is worth 0.5%. You know, like I understand what you're saying, but how are they paying attention? How are they knowing to come to the first pack meeting? They read something. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I would just like work it, send it out there, throw it in. I was like, hey guys, I know it's summertime, but this is, important to get us started on the right track. And, you just got to sell it that way. Use AI to help you craft something that's eye catching and, to catch their attention.
okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and Connor mentioned a good point too. You can tie that, hey, our unit can earn an additional 1% if we have onboarding early. So kind of dangle the carrot to see if that helps. I mean, it'll either help or it'll just be the same. So I don't think it'll hurt your sale at all as far as trying to communicate earlier or communicating, hey, these popcorn sale just launched and we heard about this incentive. I wasn't aware of it. So the more people we have registered before this deadline, the better it'll help our unit and the more money that we can potentially raise.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Trails and rewards. 4 points per $1 credit
That's amazing.
and online sales. 1 point for $1 of cash sales, and 3 bonus points per $1 for cash credit. They are a whole bunch of levels, which I thought this was pretty cool. If a scout sells $25,000, they could take the family on vacation. I kind of wish I had a kid because I would push that kid to sell $25 or $25,000 so I could go on vacation because that would be awesome. Our top selling scout for reference last year in the entire council sold just over $18,000. So he fell right in between that top 2 level. Kyle, yeah, what's your question?
You're on mute.
No,
Kyle.
it went more. Yeah, I was getting to it. I couldn't find it. It goes back more to Jonathan's question is just having a kickoff. Like, don't start your first year pack meeting loaded with that. I'm a Cub Master, and we do the first week of August, we do a popcorn kickoff where we're watching a movie and we're talking about popcorn. Scouts are watching the movie, parents are getting a talk on popcorn, and that wholly takes out that first pack meeting and throwing everything at everybody that first pack meeting.
Yeah, so what I hear you saying, Kyle, is doing something specifically for the popcorn sale, which is I would encourage that if you have the capacity to do so. I know unit leaders are also juggling a whole bunch of hats. So whatever you find that works, having a separate meeting that could be an hour, 30 minutes to an hour long, something fun and engaging, just a summer activity that you can announce the popcorn sale at that is different than a traditional pack meeting or troop meeting or something. That is a great idea. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. That is your kickoff. So thank you. Thanks everybody for hopping on. I hope you enjoyed the fun activities and the engagement that we added this year. The last thing that I do have for you is Joe and I want you to put one thing in the chat. And this one thing in the chat is to commit to something. So for example, I will register my scouts before August 14th. So what I want you to do in the chat is share what you commit to doing before the sale starts.
Getting the extra 1% pile. Register for August 14th. Nice. Send an email. Committing and getting registered. Nice. Getting that extra 1%. I love it. Someone asked if there's videos to help walk you through. Yeah, in the leader portal, I believe there should be videos from Trails In put out there. A lot of great answers here. The theme here seems to be
Getting that 1%.
yeah, getting that 1%, getting your scouts registered and everybody set up for success. Someone asked a question about these bonus rewards, which, I mean, this will be available on the council website, but it's basically like once they reach a certain number of points, there's like these tiers. So they will get bonus points on top of those. So it's almost like, whenever you reach a tier, you say you would get a gift card. Well, you're also getting bonus points. You're getting these bonus points on top to get you guys to another level on this. So, like, for example, let's see here. At $600 in sales, that's assuming 4 points per $1, that's 2,400 points. You're gonna get 100 bonus points, getting them to $2,500 or 2,500 points, which is like $25 in rewards. Like another example, hitting $3,000 in sales, that's 12,000 points. You get 13,000 bonus points for a total of 25,000 points, which is worth $250 in rewards. So hopefully we answered that question completely. And James, are there returns this year?
Oh, yes, we did not touch on that. There are no returns this year, which is the same process that we've used for the last few years.
Hey.
Great question. I will now open the floor to general questions. This will, like I said, it is being recorded. Thank you for joining us. We will post it online so you can view it and take notes or whatever you want to do with it. And transcript as far as Q&As will be generated so you have access to all the questions and things that came up during that. Thank you. We're excited. And every race starts with a green flag. We're waving the green flag. Also, feel free to, if you have
James,
questions.
you'll need to send me a bubbler. I love that. Hey, I do have a quick call out on the topic of returns and this concept of excess and the heartburn that some units get. certainly understand the goal of the fundraiser is to net the dollars your unit needs for its budget. To help you really make sure that you are on track for the year, we will have a system that will measure the storefronts that you have upcoming, the inventory you have on hand, and send you a weekly kind of a recap, if you will, that says, hey, you've got the necessary product in the storefronts you need, you're pacing, and you'll run out of product at the right time. If you need more storefronts, it'll make a base recommendation. And if you need more product, it'll do the same. So you're really set up for success, along with the tools that James and Joe have given in the way of really incentivizing scouts. I think this is going to be a really successful year. So combine that with picking up the product that you need it from the warehouse. I think there'll be a really good set of tools to help you understand where you are, especially for the new units. I know it feels like, there's a lot for me to do. Keep an eye out for those weekly digest emails, if you will. Those will be a good support for you.
Mike, go ahead and unmute if you want to ask a question.
Yeah, I'm sure this will actually be answered as soon as I get all the stuff set up in the portal. But I just wanted to quickly ask, for the store hours and whatnot, is it typically going to be more restrained or confined rather to weekends, or is that going to be something where we can kind of switch it up and maybe it's on a Friday, considering sometimes I'm working pretty heavily on the weekends, versus on a Friday. Sometimes I have the whole day off, you know what I mean? So just trying to figure out how that looks. But
yeah, it depends on what your, so when you go through the onboarding process, those blackout dates, Trails End books storefronts throughout the entire week. So Monday through Sunday. So depending on when you want to sell and when you're available, you can pick and choose what days you want to sell, what weekends you have available, all those things that you can kind of customize it. And those storefronts will be populated for you to use.
Mike, James is correct. What we typically see is obviously weekends are high foot traffic for locations, hence it being a little more profitable for scouts. But there are instances where, your larger stores have really strong foot traffic, and it depends on the retailer too, right? So we've got just under 20% of the total hours are weekdays as well. If there are a couple of particular stores, and we know that there are homeschool units, right, that might be a little bit more available to sell on a Tuesday night or afternoon. If you really need something in particular, you can send a note through support in the portal and make a particular request if there's a store that you have in mind that you're really wanting to engage. Or let Megan know, either way.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
A couple other questions in here that maybe Megan is better or Connor better at answering. Units that are getting pre-assigned store hours, will they be given more of a variety of stores assigned instead of the same store this year?
More variety, and from a input perspective, what you've both hit on already has been, I think, a lot of the development and trying to improve through this off season, which is last year we'd assign you something and it would be the same store for the whole year, and you'd have times that weren't helpful to you. So if you've done onboarding, we've got a lot more information on what makes sense. One of the new call outs that I will give is once storefronts become available, you'll have the option to withdraw from any of those. So I just want to be clear, if there's something that the system gives you that you can't work or you don't want, you're not obligated to use it. The ask we would make is that you release that. There's a button in there where you can drop that off from the system, and then claim something else that's there instead. The thing that'll be new this year is there is a scoring system that takes into account the history of your unit and its success, along with some of the variables of other units in the area, and applies it to that store. For example, there might be a Tractor Supply that's nearby and a Lowe's that's further away that Joe's unit has worked in the past. The system will give you a recommended score and say, hey, you might be able to drive to the Tractor Supply more quickly, but if you spend an extra 10 minutes in the car getting to that Lowe's, it's going to generate more revenue for your unit and be better for your scouts. So keep an eye out for that scoring system. It's pretty incredible, and it's built on the histories of your unit.
Cool.
Yes, you will be correct.
Yeah. So for the pre-assigned storefronts, will they be able to edit those before the public release of the storefronts?
You can the good question.
Or just withdraw.
You can withdraw. I'm not sure if you can go in and edit the shift time lengths. It sounds like Megan's shaking her head no. Megan would be the one to know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you can release the shift currently if we already have them already preloaded for you, but you cannot edit it yet. That is still being worked on.
That makes sense. Okay. Will storefronts be auto-assigned to specific days, like just weekends? Maybe you already answered this. Trying to decide if we should black out all weekdays to avoid having it auto-schedule those.
Yeah, I would just really work to tell the system what works for your unit. So if you don't want weekdays and you don't have anyone to work those, then yeah, we don't want to give you those hours because it's not helpful for you or other units. Now, keep in mind, 80% of the hours are weekend days. So from a assignment perspective, to be more minimal.
Drew, if so August 3rd is when you will be assigned, or units will be assigned those hours depending on how much you sold. And then the public release, or when everything becomes available for units to grab, is August 5th. So you'll have a day and a half to view those, almost 2 days to view what stores you got before the public release.
Oh, and someone's asking questions about the tap to pay, and I think there's like a couple things about this that I would like to bring up. If a phone has the ability to support tap to pay, I believe if you have NFC technology built in your phone, which most of them do these days, you should be good. The other thing that has been pointed out is some people on the back of their phone, they've got like a little card pocket that they put credit cards in. Make sure you take those out before you start working sales, because you don't want to generate a sale and then you pay for it instead of the customer pay for it with the card on the back of your phone. So make sure you pull those out before you do it. But most modern phones should have the ability to do that with the NFC turned on.
You know, the extra pro tip to piggyback off what Joe's talking about, which is important, is a scout's prepared. And one of the big challenges that you might face if you don't do it ahead of time is dealing with phone calls from parents that are calling you at 8 in the morning on a Saturday when they're standing in front of their first storefront, and they've got some anxiety and some angst because they've not set anything up and they haven't done it before. At any opportunity that you get through any unit kickoff that you have, it's a great opportunity to download the app, get families the unit code to tag them into your unit. And then you can even do a tap to pay sale and then refund it. So if that's something you're interested in, you can do that kind of demo live where you just process a bag of white cheddar and then go back into the orders button and hit the refund and give parents the chance to try it ahead of time. That saves you a lot of tears and headache down the road.
For sure. No doubt. Do you have anything else you want to know? If we one thing that I think is important to also mention, we only kind of touched on it, because there's no returns, and that's why the replenishment system exists. Okay, so you order what you think you can sell to start, and as the sale goes on, it's like, okay, we'll get a little bit more, we'll get more. You find yourself in a situation where you didn't order enough, or you ordered it and then scouts aren't filling the shifts, you're not able to sell it, you've got too much. Well, now there's two avenues to deal with that. The Longhorn Council Facebook popcorn page, which there's QR codes, it's on the site to get there if you're not already there. You can go there and say, hey, I'm Jacob with pack 15. I've got way too much microwave. I've got 5 cases of microwave. I can't move it. Who needs it? And so you can connect with the other units and you do those transfers within the Trails End system itself. That's one way to connect to somebody else. Or, Emily comes up and says, I don't have enough salted for this weekend. I need a case. Who's got it? So you can find other people to connect with. But also with the Discord now, you can also do that. So there's 2 avenues that you can find other units to take popcorn you can't sell or help yourself get some. Like if you need some and you miss replenishment cutoff, that is a great way to do that. So utilize those tools, both the Discord and the Facebook group, to do that. Okay. Yep, popcorn corn's not in the lineup.
Hey, James or Joe, do you mind? Is there any way that I can share my screen to show Finn for 2 seconds?
It works for me.
Will it let me? Okay, nice. There it is. Hey, just for everyone, so you know, there are a lot of good questions in the chat. We love the questions. To make it easy on you, wanted to show you quickly. I'm on the desktop app. I'm in the computer, but you can access this on the phone as well. You've got a couple of buttons here to keep an eye out for. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Perfect. So at the top right, there's onboarding. If you haven't done that, click that and fill that out. And if you need to make an edit to onboarding that you've already done, you can do that there. The other thing that I'd really call out, you've got a chat button at the top right, or you've got an option underneath Trails and Rewards at the bottom left. And again, it's a little different on the phone, but it's still there. Click the support and resources button, and you have an option to go in and ask something like, what phones are compatible with tap to pay? And the system will link you to the relevant information you need to, I guess, compatible, right? The relevant information you need to access that there. So it's not perfect, but it's really been a lot sharper than I thought it would be for this kind of being a first year support tool. And it does a really good job with a lot of the national questions. So certainly there will be some niche particulars for a Longhorn Council that it's not going to know of. But if you've got a question about the system, or what's a good scout pitch sound like, or when do storefronts release, all that stuff is housed here, and it does a really good job. So I'd encourage you check that out. And if it's not giving you the answer, you can say, take me to a human, and one of our support reps will jump on and chat with you. And these support reps are pretty much always unit leaders, like a Megan, for example, or Rochelle, who lives in Dallas. Like all these folks are some form of scouting one way or another, so they know what's going on. So just a quick shout out that's a real nice benefit. And then the last thing is the program overview shows some of these dates and kind of next steps that are relevant to your particular unit. It walks through some of the particulars of the national program. So check that out as well. There's some good stuff there and some improvements to make a little bit more of this visible to you. But I'd certainly check out the updated Fin. I think it's a good resource.
Awesome. Yep. Use it, guys. I think it's really great. Well, James, what do you think?
I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks again, everybody, okay, I do have one more question. Last year was our first year doing a virtual kickoff launch. Last year, we also did multiple days. This year, it was one singular one. We tried to engage a little bit more. So try to make improvements, but how was it this year? Good? Is it something we should continue to do? Is this format easier? No patch for Heroes Helpers this year currently. It is just it was a lot to figure out who sold what. So $100 is the basic patch for everybody that sells, and that can be a combination of Heroes and Helpers, all the sales. So total sales, $100, you get the basic patch, and then when you sell $1,000, you'll get that upgraded patch. But as far as online format goes, was good, liked it. And then after that, feel free to enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Hope you all Have a great day.
Hey, can I jump in really fast and
Yeah,
introduce
Megan.
myself? Because some of these people know me, but a lot of our unit leaders in the area don't. My name is Megan Schweitzer. I am with Troop 1920 up in Keller, Texas. Um, so I am in Longhorn Council, but I'm also a unit partner with Trails End. So if your unit, thank you, Carrie. If your unit sold more than $10,000 last year, you should be getting an email from me in the next couple weeks, or you might have already heard from a wonderful teammate of mine, Tracy. Um, I am here to support you. I'm here to help you throughout your sale, but I'm also local, so I kind of know a thing or two about our area if you get my drift.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Megan.
Today wasn't just about learning everything. It was about getting race day ready and knowing your next step. Next step is completing that onboarding process and getting your scouts registered.
So we'll see you guys in Victory Lane. Thank you.